2.5 minutes left of qualifying. If you're just joining us, it was SV on top. Then it became Not Raz. But if you have any final predictions for our final flying laps, get them ready. Look at the traffic already. We're getting ready for the last laps. And apparently there's supposed to be rain 30 minutes in as well. Great teamwork from McLaren there. Let's see if it helps. It's like it has a little bit. Well, didn't matter. Mickey's backed off. Championship leader Wilson is getting ready for his final flying lap as well. Trying to defend the championship lead. We'll go to EXO. Like Possessio and Mickey are done. SV's losing a lot of time. Devon's invalidated. Raz is still up. Wilson's up by a decent bit. Checkered flag is out, by the way. No improvement from SV. Let's see if Raz improves. He does. Wilson does as well. No laps from Polish Hammer or Supervillain. Villan. Scarenzi does find time. Nice. Just resilience to go, and same with Alistair, but I think Alistair might not be on a lap. No, he is. 12th fastest. Resilience. Goes up to 10th. Not bad. It's going to be Raz on pole for the United States Grand Prix. Ferrari were very good in the North America region when they were in Canada. Before the safety car, they were looking at a potential 1-2. Could this be the start for some redemption for them? Regardless, it's Raz on pole for the second time in his RPL career. Here's your full lineup. And I believe that is also the biggest margin for pole this season as well. Good showing from Resilience. Scarenzi as always. Apparently there's rain 30 minutes in, so do you choose to start in mediums or do you choose to start in hards? We're going to find out. And will that rain even come at all? Decisions. Do you start on the hards? Do you start on the mediums? What do you do if you're a driver in this situation? Especially with the rain 30 minutes in, apparently. We're going to find out. Raz was on hards. He changed it to mediums. Devin on hards. Rhythms on hards. Arj, Jim Bob. Hards for them. Remember, there was rain at Silverstone Reverse, and it definitely changed the complexion of that race when it came. We shall see. First 4 blocks are dry, and then that is where it will be wet. Thank you for that. Good luck as well to all the drivers racing tonight. Hunter Max has been banned from the Mercedes Academy for being 9 seconds off. Alrighty. Interesting. Yep, Raz now joins the club of... Now it's 12 different drivers to have multiple Tier 3 poles. Ferrari got their second of the season. He got his second. Denmark got their second as a country. Nice little stuff there. But should be ready in a few moments for the Grand Prix. Like I said, any predictions, leave them in Twitch chat. Who do you think will be on the podium? And does Wilson extend his championship lead, or does he lose out with this race? Cards for Mickey, Rhythms, Supervillain, Jim Bob, and Samara. Oh, we have a formation lap. Okay. Interesting. Well, gives us some time to dissect a few things, that's for sure. Like championship standings, maybe? Constructor standings? Our driver standings after round 6 in Spain have Joe Wilson, she's also known as the Wilsonator, leading the championship by 13 points over Notraz. That's why this pole for Notraz is super critical. If this race were to end now, he would take the championship lead by 2 points. Remember, no fastest lap either. Speaking of fastest lap, there has been 6 different drivers to get the fastest lap in each race this season, so no one has got it twice. Devin, third, 41 back. Biscuits, 47 back. SV with a long shot, 48 points back. In the Constructors' Championship, we have Red Bull leading by 41 points over Ferrari. Mercedes and McLaren have a long shot, 82, 89 points back. But let's now take a look at tires, because we've already went over the championship standings. Some changed to hards last moment, like Wavy down at 13th, Exo, Resilience. 8 drivers on hards, 11 on mediums. SV went for a little drift there. Thinking about maybe making a trip to American Express after that one. So yeah, 13 points. Wilson can afford a day where he's not on the podium, but he's got to make sure that he's still not too far behind Notraz. Possessio still looking for that first win. SV looking for redemption from Silverstone Reverse when he got the win taken away. But now we're waiting on 5 red lights. Supervillain, last one to come across the line. Him and Polish Hammer didn't get laps in. Some home favorites, Polish being one of them. Scarenzi as well. Here we go. We're kicking it off for the United States Grand Prix. 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. A lot of scattering off the line. 4 wide there in the background. But here comes SV down the inside. Contact. He hits Notraz and SV with major damage going into the side of Raz. And he's also on the side of his teammate. Look who takes the lead from that from 5th place. Wilson. Unbelievable. Isha up to 3rd, the Turkish driver for Mercedes, and they're scattering all over in the background. You've got the Alpine going off. That is Alistair. Now side by side with Devin, who's fell down the grid as well. Wow, what a chaotic first lap already. First corner. SV was not backing out, neither was Notraz, and Notraz got spun round. But Raz only went down a second from that. SV down to 4th. Here goes a dive bomb. Devin almost caught out. 3 wide. Oh, contact further back. Supervillain and Resilience. I think Resilience is not in the session. Oh, Scarenzi, little lunge. Little lunge further back. Devin. Alistair. Oh, Alistair's just put Devin off. Not sure he meant to do that. Them two are good mates. Scarenzi pushed onto the curb. Hunter Max is spun. Got green in his tires. Probably can't tell the difference with the car anyway. Wilson leads the first lap. 5th to 1st. What were we just saying about Wilson? Damage control? Is that a good way to say it, I guess? Let's try to get Resilience back here. I'm not sure if the streamer account has him added. No, they don't. Why am I surprised? They don't have Resilience added, so that's gonna be really unfortunate there. Alistair was part of the lap 1 melee. He pits for damage. Yeah, the streamer account does not have resilience added, but here we go for the lead. Raz on the move down the inside. Isha and SV side by side there too. Can Raz get the lead back? Can SV keep third place? SV can keep third place. Raz wheel to wheel with Wilson. Is Wilson going to try a little switcheroo? He is. Oh, that was sweet. It should be RPL streamer. RPL. What's the Xbox name? RPL streamer is the Xbox name. And I guess it's RPL streamer 2022, maybe. That's when it became EA. I don't know. I don't know what the EA name is for the account. I don't know. But SV and Isha have closed in. What else do we got? Got Devin now trying to come back to the field down the inside. Looks like he'll get a place an academy teammate. Yes, he will. Oh, there you go. There's our first track limit pen. Will not be the last either. Jim Bob as well. Ferrari Academy. It's not the pit lane this time, but it is track limits. Raz on 70, Wilson on 32. Hopefully, something comes through from Brazilians. I do not know the EA name for this account. Raz grabs back the lead. Wonder if that SV incident with him will be sent to the stewards. I really hope not. Looked like a racing incident, but Bezestio down the inside of Mickey. So 2 Ferraris have overtaken on that lap and that corner. How about that? Raz might be able to get Wilson out of DRS, and if he can, could put him vulnerable to SV. Let's look further back. Anything interesting back here? Maddie's in the points for Sauber. Fair play. Looks like he took advantage of the melee down at turn 1. 5 places. That is the most of anybody. Good for him. Sauber only have 2 points. Devin right on the tail. Look at this. Wilson, he has DRS, but he was just out of a second briefly. Anyone know what the RPL streamer official EA is? I think it's RPL streamer 2022, but I could be wrong. Something like that. Let me check my invites and requests. See if I have any. No, I don't. You could tell the RPL streamer account's a little outdated with the EA names when it's got Leo Lund still on the list of people. Fastest lap, our leader Not Raz once again. Seems like SV, Wilson, and Raz are just in a class their own. I gotta give a lot of props to Isha and Scarenzi. 2 different academies, used to be the same academy, but running quite well right now to be ahead of drivers like Mickey and Bezestio who've done a good job this season thus far. I think Wavy's going to set up him with Maddie. Devin got past Maddie a little bit ago. We go Exo and Devon. That is the latest change in places. And we have another yellow for 100 max. Maddie is now outside the points, so those 4 short laps and the points are gone. But you don't want to give up the fight with Wavy. And oh no! Oh, Rhythms keeps it going. So the people who are on mediums are thinking of doing 2 medium stints while the rain is supposed to come. Like I said, first 4 patches are dry, but it said 30 minutes in for the drivers during qualifying, so we shall see. A little lock up there. Eight-tenths the gap between our leaders, but they have pulled away from SV. I remember this was one of the tracks. Reese Dainty, one of the drivers who had the beta, was talking about dirty air being very effective, and I think you could tell SV is struggling with that. Maybe with his tires, maybe just dirty air, maybe just in general, who knows, but he has lost touch to our top 2, and Bezestio is trying to get back 5th place, regardless of the penalty status. Might have got another warning for that, too. Oh, here we go. Down the inside. Maddie is put vulnerable, and Maddie has been overtaken. Sauber, I must say, it feels like the Manor. It might not be fast in a straight line like the Manor was back in 2016, but that car is not hanging on. You already had Max been with it twice, but his qualifying time was 9 seconds off the pace. At least the guy turns up, right? Let's take a look at our current championship standings regardless of Bezestio's penalty. So Bezestio, 8 points, not Raz 25, would be 33 for Ferrari. Red Bull, they would have 22. And oh, what's happened there? Not sure how that happened to Max, but his teammate has just been overtaken. Maybe a little mistake from Matty, because Samara got ahead of him very quickly. And Jim Bob gets a 2nd penalty. So 33 for Ferrari, 22 for Red Bull. That means Ferrari gained 11 points, making the gap 30 points. If Wilson stays here behind not Raz, it's only a 7-point gain for Raz. So it's 6-point deficit in the championship. But I gotta tell you, coming to the final few rounds, like Netherlands Reverse and the other tracks that are there, I know Netherlands Reverse is the only one I can recall. We're in a spot where it might be only 2 drivers left by the end, and well, Rhythms is in the points. Max is in to serve that 10-second penalty. Gone to hards. We're on to lap 8 of the event. SV is now back 3 seconds instead of just 2. Isha staying quite steady with SV. Scarenzi has got a little DRS train here behind, which Devon's caught up to the back of it. I know he was caught out by the start with SV and Raz having their little kerfuffle down at turn 1. And our first driver to be lapped from the event, Hunter Max. 56 seconds back, but after all, he does have a new fresh set of hearts on. So if he were to keep pace with these leaders, he would be able to unlap himself. And that does actually give DRS to Wilson, even though Wilson was not within a second of Raz. Red Bull Academy will be saying thank you very much. Mickey, up to 6th. Scarenzi gets by Isha. Now Devin. He's going to go the long way around. And he gets shut out. It is starting to get cloudier, meaning precipitation is closer. Oh, a little moment from Isha. Mickey wants to go by. Mickey's also underfueled too. Oh, Mickey got a tap in the rear from Bezestio. Is Mickey the only one up underfueled? Nope, Supervillain did. Bezestio has got past, and we'll try to pass Devin back. We have 2x2 action here. Mickey, now behind Isha. Bezestio, behind Devin. And into the pit lane is Maddie, getting off the medium compound tire, going back onto another set of mediums. Let's see how Devin can follow in dirty air here. Mickey is burning that battery. Isha's got nothing left. Mickey, slingshots by. Devin, oh! Oh! Devin off the track. Slots back in. Might have been raceable surface there for Devin to continue going. I know they want the drivers policing that more themselves, rather than saying what is raceable surface and isn't. But none of our leaders are in yet. But I know these mediums gotta be pretty much dying on some of these drivers for sure. On to lap 10. And it is a lot cloudier. To no surprise. Oh, I think Devin is giving Isha a hard time here. Isha's making a lot of mistakes now. Yeah, just look at the dirty air from Devin's on board. Oh, there you go. Isha penalty. That will do it. Bezestio is saying, thank you. I'm not the only one up here in the top 10 with a pen. Helps me out at least. Driver's also lapping 100 max as well, so that's going to mean Scarenzi could have got DRS, but didn't. Oh no, just like Jim Bob, Bezestio's at 6 seconds already. Devin, long way again. Isha. Oh, just shuts the door. 100 max. Eventually abiding by blue flag rules. I know it's a little pain in the neck for Devin to try to get through the Sauber. Thank goodness he's not driving it like he was in Season 2. Got a little backmarker battle here. Alistair. Resilience. Alistair had that trouble with Devin. Resilience not even back in the session, I don't think. I feel bad for him. Hopefully, if everyone stays in the lobby afterwards, I can have the streamer account add everybody who isn't added. Mickey thought about it. Mickey really did think about it. And said, nuh-uh, not now. I'll try again later. Yeah, I really wish, like, look it. Okay, I really wish you'd let me add people mid-race, but I can't. Can't even go to race director and add people by their name. Can only view lap times. Or block the player. And Wavy Knife is our 4th person to pick up a penalty. I gotta think, it's now or never for Devin to get by Isha. Devin, what, 6 seconds up the road is a podium place, right? Here goes Devin finally through. Mickey through on Scarenzi. Soup's in front. Further back. Don't think we got anything else. Raz has pulled a gap. But again, they said rain's coming. Gotta make tires last, with that being said. No, Devin. Oh, that's a bummer. However, does level things out between him and Isha. And Scarenzi's in. Oh. Super villain. Penalty. Not the only one who's underfueled. Had a little battle between him and Jim Bob. Safe to say Supervillain wants by, using all that battery, draining it, and going for a dive bomb. Jim Bob saw it coming. Jim Bob backed out, and Jim Bob has been overtaken. How about that? Although he's a minute off, I gotta say, for someone who has not scored points in RPL, I gotta give him a lot of credit for showing up, not quitting. A lot of drivers, to Cookie's point, I guess, you know, you gotta respect it. But, you know, a lot of drivers who do end up being off the pace like this would eventually quit. But never say never with, you know, getting up there and getting pace. 3-car battle. Scarenzi, Jim Bob, Supervillain. Allowed Jim Bob back past Super Villain. Any other takers this time to the pit lane? No one yet. Nobody. Oh, no. I lied. Devin. Isha. Possessio. Connor Max gets a track limit penalty. And it is starting to rain, so that means intermediates should be coming onto the cars soon. It is Devin Possessio who have elected to go to the inters first, and if this plays out very well, they could be on the winning strategy. However, penalties are going to be their downfall. Isha on hards. I gotta think the McLaren swap it around here too, but who gets first choice if that's the case? If you're Raz and you look at what Devin did, you gotta see is Devin gaining time. Is Devin gaining places? Is Possessio following too? There you go. 3rd place. SV. Goodbye. And I believe Mickey's been... Yeah, Mickey has damage on that McLaren. Wow. Impressive pace. Well, so does SV, so that makes sense why SV fell off earlier. Yellow flags. 4 wide for a moment. Oh no! Ah, Isha, be careful. Devin cannot get through on these inners yet. Isha off the road. Devin inside line. Covers off the Haas. Inners for Raz. Inners for Wilson. Yellow flags further back. SV gets a wing repair. Inners for him as well. Exo stays out. Mickey stays out. I think the yellow flags might have been for Max. Let's see if the others get to the pit lane too. Samara stays out. Scarenzi. Headed, but he's on hards. Devin's ahead of SV, but remember, SV repaired the wing. Ooh! That was behind us, I believe. Yeah, track is pretty much fully wet, so if you're staying out, you better come in now. I think Mickey's at a disadvantage, but do you repair the wing if you're Mickey? You saw SV get behind Devin from it. Three seconds separate Raz and Wilson this time. Skrenzy's got a lot of pace, but the problem is he's going to have to switch the inners here soon. And you know what? The question does become with that, how long is it going to rain for? If it doesn't rain for a while, then this could be a good gamble too. Mickey comes in. That's only if it doesn't. Can you show us an onboard of the SV Chrome McLaren? Yes, we can, in just a moment. EXO in, Mickey in. Wavy and Supervillain for 12th. So here is Mickey with the regular McLaren, and look at what SV's McLaren looks like. It's the Chrome McLaren. He's going to hold off Bezestio, but for how much longer? Oh, this is going to get tight. Look at, here we go. Ah, it happened again. Contact. This is the second Ferrari SV has come to blows with at turn 1. Luckily, did not end up any damage though. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness they didn't go side by side in the S section. That would have ended in tears. However, Raz cycles out as leader. Wilson second. Yeah, there you go. DRS disabled, so you're kind of screwed there if you're on dries still. But I think Devin actually did benefit from this. Hitting the lap earlier. Bezestio put a lap earlier too, but I don't think he benefited as much as he was gonna. You know, I'll tell you who got screwed from this though. Scarenzi. I really feel bad for him. He was on for a good result. Maybe a P4, P5, Isha too. Gotta be in the right tire at the right time, folks. We're at past halfway. And whatever's happened to Raz, it's allowed Wilson to close in. 2.1 is now the gap. It was 3.1. And I'm sure Mickey is just going to be playing conservation mode now with that fuel. It's right on board with SV. Oh my goodness! Jim Bob penalty. SV's off the track right there. Big wiggle from the one-time winner, Monaco winner last season. A lot of battery burning down the main straight. Another dive bomb at turn 1. Oh, he almost clipped his teammate too. He got it mowed down, thankfully. I've just got to think from races we've had, like, you know, Silverstone Reverse, the qualifying sessions we've had. Wilson is the guy to beat in the rain, and you could just see it from the gap shrinking for Raz. This is not good for Raz. Supervillain in, but cut the pit lane, it looks like, trying to get in on those dry tires. Couldn't get it woe down. Oh, here we go. SV going for a shot down the inside. Nothing made of it. But no DRS, so it's all down to the battery. Matty, penalty. Mickey's on better battery, takes it off the button. Here goes SV again, thinking about it, going for it. Yellows, but not in this section. SV finally clears Mickey. And Wavy and Scarenzi are going at it for 9th place. Behind the Canadian of EXO. Here goes Bezestio and Mickey again. Mickey gets shut out. Mickey concedes the place. Scarenzi will not concede the place yet, though. Oh, yikes. That was a big moment from Wavy. 1.7. I've just got to think what's happening to Raz here. Is he just not fast enough in the wet? Is that the case? Just not using the I mean, he is using the battery now. What's happening? What is happening? Well, Scarenzi back down the inside. anything made of it. Goes in deep. Wavy does the cutback. And as they say in NASCAR or in America, crossover complete. They did the crossover move. Wavy knife. Might have the penalty, but he's having a good race here in the top 10. Rhythms is too. Rhythms had the poor race in Spain. Nice little recovery. 1.6 now. This is not good for Raz. He had such a big lead before this. Just watch Wilson, see what he's doing different. Now, if Red Bull win today, it will be their 21st win in the tier. Scarenzi gets back by Wavy on track. 1.5. Wow. What's the lap time difference? 147.3, 147.7, 146.9, 147.5. Wow. Well, 0.2 that lap, but the lap before was a humongous difference. He's just trying to get back in the points. See all of our home drivers. I think it's just Scarenzi in the points. Yeah. Wow. Well, looks like Scarenzi's gapped Wavy. No DRS, just remember, so it's all down to that battery. How are you managing that ERS? How are you going to burn the ERS? How are you going to do it with the overtake? And it is part of the overtake reasoning as to why Isha gets 11th back. Not sure Polish is even in the session, but Supervillain, 16th. 1.2. 1.2 between Wilson and Raz. Raz won in Bahrain earlier this season. Wilson won Silverstone Reverse, Monza, and Canada. And leads the championship by 13 points prior to this event. Mickey is in closing distance on Bezestia. Would get the place of penalties anyway, but you never know what could happen. It's been a clean race so far. I really think the only incident that I can recall maybe going to be sent to the stewards room is what happened with SV and Raz, maybe. I don't really think it had too much of an effect on Raz, though, with the way this race is played out. But Raz, I don't know what is going on with him. He's losing so much time, and you can just see Wilson looks so much more comfortable. There was a 3-second gap when they first pitted, and after they pitted. Now, we're down to 8/10. How much faster was Wilson last lap than Raz? That's what I gotta wonder. I mean, we're gonna ignore the fastest laps of the race. Yeah, Wilson was 3/10 faster that last lap. Let's look at this time. Raz will cross the line on lap 19. 47.8, 47.4, 4/10 that time Wilson gained. So Wilson is just regardless of the dirty air, taking so many chunks out of Raz's lead, and it is insane to watch. Right now, we're going to have a duel between the two title contenders. They've been a game of their own today. Look at the gap to the rest. Minky is still close to Possessio. Exo and Scorenzi are close to Rhythm, so besides our leaders, there's still fights sort of going on. Seven tenths, and in that sector alone, Raz 42-2, 42-0 from Wilson. 2 tenths he took out of his lead that sector, but Wilson is still really staying at the same gap he was staying at the previous lap. It's going to be down to the first and third sector on whether or not there's any lap time difference this time by. 13th to 10th from Wavy from the start, 11th to 7th from Rhythms, 6th to 3rd there from Devon. 48-1 to a 47-9, so only 2 tenths that time from Wilson. But again, if there's going to be a move made, it's going to have to be in the braking zone. It's going to have to be down either at turn 1 or turn 12 there. Gotta think that's where it would come. Or a mistake from the driver. You can see Raz is not really making many mistakes either. It's just not as fast as Devon is right now. Scorenzi's probably driving with a lot of fuel to the fire, it must be said, because he, as well as Isha, were on the wrong tire at the right time and did not benefit earlier. Scorenzi was running up in 5th early on, and Wilson is down to 4 tenths right here. Look at how much the gap is closed. Oh, Scorenzi finally gets XO. But now his next target is Rhythms. Mickey is close to Possessio, and the AI has pit Polish Hammer for wet weather tires. Super villain penalty again. This track is very wet. You know, it could really be the difference if the wet weather tires are faster if Wilson or Raz chooses to go to them. And if you're outside the top 3, do you choose to go to it and maybe make a gamble? This is monsoon conditions. Possessio's in. Think if you're a driver here who has nothing to lose like Possessio with 6 seconds of pens, do you really go for it? And he is! He is going to the wet weather compound. Possessio was running 6th, I think? Oh, Samara is in, but sped in the pit lane, so that 10-second will hamper him, is down 11th. So Possessio, he's going to have to hope for a lot here. Gotta send a prayer if you're Possessio and really hope that this is going to benefit him. Let's see if the gap comes down with him and Isha. 1.3 now. Yeah, I mean, that gap is coming down. Wilson is just trying to find a way by Raz, but you could just see with the spray, it's so hard to see for 1, 2, the dirty air, and 3, he's just not close enough. I think last lap, Raz might have had the upper edge. 49.3 to a 49.1. Only a 10th and a half from Wilson. Supervillain, 3 second. Alistair's in. Maddie's in. Take the gamble if you're someone outside the points. I think you gotta do it. Do our leaders pit? No. Possestio gets Isha. So I think Possestio is on the right tire now. I've got to think. Resilience as AI pits him, so you know both AIs being pit. You know it's probably the right time. And Devin goes in. Devin in. Where does he cycle out? And he will be ahead of Rhythms? Yes. I think with Devin, he still might finish third after this is all said and done. And it's probably the right choice, but will he have enough pace compared to our leaders? To answer your question, Schwartz, yeah, I was not doing good while practicing. And plus, I've been having a lot of internet problems, so it would not be right to be in this race. Plus, I saw there was no streamer, so I was like, all right, well, I'll give you guys something, I guess, right? Wilson ducking out this time. Was he faster than Raz last lap? We've seen constant laps where Wilson has been faster, but not able to get through. That time, for the first time in a long time, Wilson was not faster than Raz, but he's right all over the gearbox, and the lap times are getting stupendously slower. 5 seconds slower than the last lap. Wet tires might be the call. And if these guys do not pit soon enough, Devin could come out with a lead. The problem is he has penalties, so he is not in a good spot. And look at this. Look at this. And all the spray and everything you can't see, we have a Red Bull Academy battle. Do our leaders come in? Supervillain, another 3 seconds. How many 3 seconds is this now? 15 seconds. Okay. This is just like Singapore Season 8. You got to be on the right tire at the right time. This is F1 I'm talking about with RPL. Got to be on the right tire at the right time. See about Silverstone Reverse, too. However, Wilson and Raz have so much track position to where it essentially does not matter if you're them. You have to stay out. And look at the lap times, how much slower they are. 5 seconds a lap. 54.3 from Raz that time. 54.2 from Wilson. He was a 10th quicker that time. So although the previous lap had Raz with the advantage, it simply didn't make a difference that time. Or closer, at least. Devin just doesn't have enough to gain on these leaders. I mean, it might make something for Possestio. I don't know. I mean, some of these drivers really are not going to take as much advantage as we thought. Wilson is there. Wilson is burning the battery. Is Wilson going to go through this time? No. Lap traffic up there. That is Polish Hammer. Wilson thinking about it, trying to get Raz to make a mistake, and here he is to the outside. Trying to go the long way around and then swoop to the inside. No, not going to happen. There was a slight bit of contact, but Raz keeps Wilson at bay. Oh, a little slide there as well, but you get that a lot in the rain anyway, right? Oh my goodness. Possestio, lunge on Wavy, successful. 4 laps to decide this, and this is so critical for our championship leaders. Wilson came into today 13 points above Raz. Raz came in 13 points back. Raz needs this win with just 3 rounds remaining after this. Scarenzi, Exo, Rhythms close right there. Wavy penalty. You just see Raz all over the back of, Wilson all over the back of Raz. But 53-2 that time from Raz. 53-0 from Wilson. Only a little less than 2/10. Wilson had a gap there on him. And Scarenzi's in. Now, it will be a matter of can your intermediate tires make it the full distance? I don't think Devin is catching as much as he wanted to. So he is not going to get the podium as of right now. Raz has more battery compared to Wilson. This is a thrilling one, and you do not want to miss the finish of this one. Wilson is getting in way too deep and still not hitting the back of Raz, thankfully. This battle continues on. Wilson is just waiting for a moment to put Raz vulnerable and then go through. I mean, there's no DRS from the lap car right there, but you could tell Wilson has been faster except for one lap since this intermediate period. And really, it will be the deciding factor on if Wilson can keep this up. Bezesio gets EXO. So Bezesio charging through the field on wet weather compounds. Oh, he pushes the back of Raz there at Andretti corner. Here we go. Overtake button unused for both. Here goes Wilson on the outside, thinking about it. Raz slides. To the inside goes Wilson. Nothing made of it. What was the difference between our two leaders that lap? 53-0 for Raz, but he got a track limit warning. Wilson was only 7 milliseconds quicker. Raz has picked up the pace. Or is the dirty air just affecting Wilson now becomes the question. Did Wilson get a warning right there? He was close to track limits. It's just a lot better in terms of the grip right now at this stage of the race. And look at that, a little slide again. This race is going to be decided probably in the last 2 laps at this stage with the way this is going. Wilson brought the gap down from 3 seconds to now a complete dogfight with him and championship contender Raz. Wilson is looking to go for a 4th win of the season, and it could happen now to the inside. Little bit of contact. Wilson has to back out. He does. Now he's looking to go to the right side of Raz. A little slide right there. Another slide. Continuous power slides from the Red Bull while he goes the long way around and then tries a cutback. Still trying to do it. Can't do it. He won the wet race we had to end things in Silverstone reverse. And he also went down to Tier 3 after being in Tier 2. Not racing in F124, by the way. Raced in F123 in Tier 2. His first win in Tier 2 came in F122. Is his only RPL win, and now he's 3 wins on the season, while Raz only has 1, but still is 13 points back. So Raz keeping touch with less wins compared to Wilson. It is so critical for Raz to win this race for his own chances at the championship. 6 points that difference would be, as there's a lot of overtaking going on behind. This is a 4-car kerfuffle. EXO, Rhythms, Wavy, everybody. Invite your friends in. Let's see the difference that time between Raz and Wilson. 53-2 from Raz, 53-2 from Wilson. Raz was better that lap compared to Wilson. Wilson went off the road that time. Did he get a warning for it? Check the warnings. 1 warning from Wilson. 2 warnings for Raz. Was that a collision? No, this was a track warning. 1 more track warning for Raz. He is doomed. Wilson has no battery either compared to Raz. Oh, tight stuff right there. Matty gets a pen. Remember, he pitted onto new inners, not wets like the others did. Little slide, little power slide right there as he tries to put on the traction. Good battle here for 7th, by the way. I don't want to forget about that. All right. 20 more corners to decide this. 1 lap to go, presented by American Express. And can Wilson find a way to deny Raz of a victory? Raz that time by had a 52.3 compared to Wilson getting a 52.4. Has Raz made Wilson burn out his tires? Another penalty from Supervillain. This guy's at 21 seconds. But I will tell you, that Sector 1 from Wilson was a lot more powerful. He has closed the gap. He is right on the back of Raz, pressurizing him. Even, in fact, you got to remember, Wilson can use up a warning, and there was a slight bit of contact right there as well. Wilson saved up battery. So did Raz. Another last lap fight in Texas is going to come down to the wire. Raz cuts off Wilson. Wilson now has the back straight to burn that battery. Both of them will. Does Wilson send a dive bomb? This is the closest he's been to the outside. Late on the brakes. He's going to try to go the long way around. The two championship contenders make contact. They touch. Wilson's on the inside. And here we go. There's more contact. Wilson and Raz almost come together, but Wilson prevails this time. And after so many attempts of trying to get by Raz, he's finally pulled it off. And on lap 28, he's going to come to the final 5 corners and see himself in the lead for the first time since the start, when he took it from 5th place. And in the wet race, just like Silverstone Reverse, where it started out dry and then went to wet, he's going to take full advantage and extend the championship lead. Wilsonator with win number 4 in the season and extends the championship lead with it. Wilson wins in Texas. Raz got a penalty. Somehow kept 2nd. SV is 3rd. Mickey 4th. Devin will be 5th. What a race. What an ending. Exo lost his spot to Rhythms, but can he crawl back? Here he goes to the inside! Exo has one more attempt at this. Possessio crosses 6th. Rhythms is going to be 7th. If he can power slide off the final corner and keep it going, photo finish drag race. It's Rhythms with 7th. Exo 8th. Wavy 9th. Isha grabs the last point spot in 10th. Wilsonator now has a 20-point lead. It could have been a 6-point lead that he had if Raz won. But Raz got a penalty in the last lap and doomed it for himself, as we said. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. I think Mickey might have saved enough fuel not to run out, I must say, but he did make it. Supervillain, the last one to cross the line. Checkered flag for all the drivers, and everybody finished this race. I think that's the first time in Tier 3 history we had that. Wilsonator says, yeah, let me hear the noise. Let me hear it. There's your podium results as well. There you go. He'll raise the trophy for the 4th time this season. Do we get champagne being sprayed? Yes, we do. Here are your little awards. Wilson won the race. Raz got the fastest lap. Devin, driver of the day. Maybe. Supervillain made the most overtakes. I find that hard to believe, but all right. And cleanest driver, Scarenzi. Fair play to him. Yeah, here's the full thing, folks. There's 3 pit stops from Scarenzi, 3 from Alistair, 2 from some, 1 from others. What a clean battle between Wilson and Raz. It's been a long time since we've seen one of those in Tier 3 for the win. I feel like it just gets nasty sometimes. It really does. Oh, let's get full results. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, no one DNF'd. Nobody DNF'd in this race. I got to give a lot of credit to these drivers. Every single one finished. All 19 finished. Wow. But yeah, what a clean race. What a clean race. What a clean battle for the win. Very clean battle for the win. I mean, it really does impress me that we were able to go that long without any overtake for the lead for 1, and for 2 without any contact, really. No major contact for the lead at all between the two. The 2 title contenders kept it clean. We are in Las Vegas next week, August 7th for the Grand Prix. Netherlands Reverse is our penultimate round. Brazil is our final round. Tomorrow in Tier 2, our championship hunt with Beatnik, Fusion, Reese all continue at Austria Reverse. Our first race in the month of August. Continue watching RPL Formula 1 for that one. We'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye. Good night. See you next week for Vegas for Tier 3, and the rest of the weekend for our remaining bits of action. Goodbye, and good night.